Good day, people of the interwebs, and welcome to a new segment on my channel. I'm calling this The State of Delafield, and basically I wanted to do something a bit different, a bit new to my channel, bring a bit of, it's New Year-ish still, make some changes to my channel, to myself, to everything that's going on. And so I thought I'd do a bit of a question and answer thing, increase the interactivity with you guys who watch my channel. The channel's only quite small. I feel silly saying something like fans or viewers and stuff like that. Friends. You're my friends, really, aren't you? The people who watch my channel are generally my friends. So, friends, welcome to the State of Delafield. I've pitched some questions on Facebook, and so I've got some answers here. It's not going to be Facebook only anyway, so after this one there'll be another one next month, probably, should be, will be. And so leave your questions in the doobly-doo below on YouTube, and we'll answer them from there. And also, what I'm going to do is this year I want to try and lose some weight. I'm fed up of being a bit of a lump, and so I'm going to do a weigh-in at the end of this video. Now, to say that I'm not weighed myself in years would be a misdemeanor. I don't think I've actually weighed myself in decades, and I am frightened. I don't like knowing what weight I am. Feel a bit ashamed maybe of it, and so telling people how much I weigh is a bit of a scary step. But I think if I'd start doing a monthly bit of question and answer with you guys about many things, and then weigh myself at the end of it, it'll help me lose weight, we'll have a bit of fun, and I'm sure you're going to all be very supportive of that. So anyway, without further ado, let's answer some questions, shall we? Nat Harper asks, where did the Transformer of the Week move come from? So Transformer of the Week. Basically, I'm a classically trained choreographer, dancer, and so I took this. It's just a bit of fun. I like having a bit of movement and things. I don't edit my videos, so I don't have fancy titles. So I just wanted to do something to say this at the beginning of the video, and it was Transformer Week, and that's what happened. Before that, I had Home, Shut Curiosity, and that. I like a little bit of a move thing. So maybe the State of Delafield will develop some kind of move at some point in its career, but it needs to be natural and organic, and find a way of making that. John Penfold asks, do you still need the side wheel cover for your Thunder machine? Now I remember John asking me that on one of the videos, and I can't remember which one it was, and it kind of got lost in time of which video it is. So I just need to check my Thunder machine and see which wheel that is, but I'll get in contact with you and see if I'll actually answer your question, but through other means rather than this video. Gary Chum, Hot Rodney Prime, if you could have a dream project to work on, nerd-wise, what would you love to do? Some good questions. There's some good questions we've asked. I think that's a tough one. I'd love to be, on Game of Thrones, but there's no longevity in that. I'd love to, do some get involved somehow with Star Wars, or imagine being the guy who writes the bios for Transformers when they had good bios, and decide which stats this Transformer. That'd be a cool project to work on. So I don't know. I'd love to do a comic book. I can't draw, but let's do something just entertaining. I'm not sure I will. I'm just kind of a bit up in the air. There's just so much stuff to just pick, and it's just, we're living in a very nerd-rich time, and it's kind of, how can you choose from that? It's like all the fruits in the world, man. Chris Six Shot Changer asks, what is the best way to find out if you like a toy before buying it? I'm all about first impressions, to be honest with me. Show me a picture and I'll be yeah, that's what I want. It's subjective, but quite a lot of the time I'll see a picture and I'll be like, yeah, like that. It's a shame that Hasbro for the past 20 years seem incapable of hiring someone to photograph their toys that makes them look good. You know, because they are good toys, and the first impressions of them are always sucky. Man, just hire someone who knows how to pose, transform robots. You know, here's a hint for you, Hasbro. If you're photographing your new Transformers, hire someone who's, one, good at taking photographs, and two, can actually transform robots. I recommend Nick Hardy. And then a further question for Chris is, which would make the best girlfriend? RC from Prime or RC from G1? Really, Chris? We're asking about dating cartoon robot girls now, are we? Right. Okay. I don't think RCG1 was ever really fleshed out enough. In many ways, a lot of the traits that are good about RC from G1 are taken over to Prime, but then she's also a lot more of a damaged character and has issues with friendship and people that she's worked with and formed close bonds with die, so she's very kind of standoffish with that. So yeah, Prime RC, I think, because she's just more of a rounded character, an actual character, and you know, that's who I'd date. Well, I'd be thinking about GoBots Crusher. Chocho, Headmasters or Power Masters? Toy-wise, Headmasters. Fiction-wise, Power Masters. Love Super God Master Force. Headmasters was just dull. Super God Master Force, brilliant. Jim Ray's my favourite Prime. If hunting and discussing Transformers wasn't a hobby, what would you think would have filled the space? Alcohol or Lego, or a bit of both? Or just, you know, I like collecting other things as well, so I do, you know, probably Star Wars or Marvel figures, stuff like that. Or having a life. I might have had a life, I don't know. Pred. Is the name Bisto a homage to the gravy? Kind of. It's that ability to sniff the gravy, to find the gravy, and, you know, sniff it out, and from wherever you are, you can always smell good gravy. That's especially some kind of Yeti creature. Paul Graham. Are you going to TF Nation? If so, what are you looking forward to the most? I am going to TF Nation. Retro Prime. You should subscribe to Retro Prime, by the way. I'm going to TF Nation. What I'm looking forward to the most, you know, I like the bit when you get all your luggage and stuff and you get to the Hilton and then you just arrive at the bar and you sit down and people coming in. Just that initial kind of meeting and greeting everyone, you know, going, hey, I've seen you last year, blah, blah, blah. That's, you know, I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most. And buying toys. No, sorry, don't worry, it's over here. Dave Metz, when was your first time you did a LARP? What did you LARP as, and how did it feel getting dressed up? Well, the first time I did live action role playing, I played some kind of mercenary fighter, you know, lightly armoured fighter. So basically, I had a pet patchwork suede jacket. That was the patchwork suede jacket that I wore anyway, and I had some kind of frilly shirt that I bought from a golf shop, and some black combat pants and boots. It was very sort of like low budget, you know. It was the first one, so I didn't really, you know, didn't know if I was going to continue doing it or do it ever again. So it was very just stuff that I had around, and I borrowed some weapons. So really getting dressed up for that one, it didn't really feel any different because I was basically just wearing stuff I owned. Then you know, eventually started, you know, playing orcs and stuff like that, and that's just absolutely. Once you get dressed up, you put on the character, and you just get brilliant, love it, and you just kind of. Ooh. Right, where are we? Scott Baker. Where did you get that lovely hat? Not that. The hat in my profile picture on Facebook, it's pork pie hat. I'm wearing quite a few in my videos. I got it from, well, my parents bought it from Amazon, I believe, and it was a Christmas present. Yes. Chris Gort. Have you ever bought a Transformer and regretted it right after? Not to my memory, no. No. I think I've maybe bought, I can't really think of any specifics, but you know, sometimes you buy something and you check your bank account afterwards and go, well, I probably should have checked my bank account before I bought that. But you know, other than that, no, I've never really. regretted buying a Transformer. What is your favourite G1 toy you own? Tough choice, but Skull Cruncher. G1 Skull Cruncher, it was a Christmas present. For my parents again. We're getting a lot of respect on here. Of stuff that they've bought me. Ian P.S. How long have you been a fan of Transformers, and what was your first ever figure? Do you still own it? Back from the beginning, really. I remember when brother had his appendix out and he was in hospital, and someone bought him some Transformer comics, and it was the Marvel G1. It was the one with Spider-Man in, so that was quite early on in the run. And just looking at those, reading those, it's just, yeah, that's really got me into Transformers. And then, it was on Wackaday and stuff like that. And I think, because I have two older brothers, it's kind of hard to, I can't quite remember which Transformers were distinctly mine and which were theirs and which were, just general Transformers for the thing. So, yeah, it's Sideswipe. Yeah, still own it. It's very broken. Stuart Blythe, Mighty Grimlock. What are the top 3 albums you're listening to at the moment? I say Skunk Anansie, Black Traffic, and I've got 2 that I'm lining up because when I'm going to start exercising again, these ones I like to exercise to. It's Horror Pops, Kiss Kiss, Kill Kill, and Rammstein, Rosenwerk. That's good for when you're doing weights and shit. Right. Favourite film of 2015? Star Mad Max Fury Road. Do you read books? If so, recommend one. Yeah, I read books. I've only just recently got around to reading Dune. And if you've not read Dune, read Dune. It's just amazing, and I think it's got some good points at the moment, relevant at the moment, about radicalising people on a world that you don't own. It's about radicalisation of a populace. It's quite interesting, really. Stuart Nicholson, what would be your ultimate custom? Where would the toy line come from, and what would the character be? Right. I don't really know. I'd like to see a movie style Optimus Prime truck, or maybe Ultra Magnus from Prime truck, painted as the Pork Chop Express. It'd be some kind of Jack Burton Transformer. That'd be cool. Right. Knowsley, besides Transformers, have you ever thought about going into other genres of toys to look at on your channel? Yes, I have. And I think this year I do want to actually start diversifying. Transformers Week will still be running, but I might also just, at odd times during the week, just throw in Bristol Yeti stuff and things. Just stuff and things. Maybe comic books, maybe toys, maybe, books. Maybe talk about film. Just general, a bit of anything. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to diversify a bit. We've got a lot of Impactor questions. No more Impactor questions, right? Christopher Johnson asks, isn't the Impactor still one of your favourite third-party Transformers? Impactor is still my favourite Transformer ever. Third party, first party, second party, fourth party, Venga bus party. That's just the guy. Chris asks, who would win, Impactor or Galvatron? In a fight, Galvatron. Race for my heart, Impactor. Dave Transformers Junkie asks, what do you think about the third party Impactor figure? And Dave Lance asks, when's the wedding? Yes, I go on about Impactor. No, that's it. Draw a line. No Impactor. So that's the questions. So ask me more. I'm now the way-in. I'm absolutely terrified, and we've gone on quite long, and my battery's running out. So we need to just get this done. All these scales. They only go up to 20, so I might. Yeah. So that looks. At 21 stone. That is horrible. That is. It's basically. The scales aren't big enough. Fuck. That is absolutely disgraceful. But we're going to fuck this up. We're going to achieve something here. We're going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. And it's going to be brilliant. And so stick with me, and we'll see what happens. Until then, ta-ta for now. Take care of yourself. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.